Okay, this is the final video for the ice scraper. So we're going to create our handles, and so what you need to have first is watch the other videos till you get to the point where you have holes, it's bent, and you've got this 45-degree cut. Um, I want to make this polycarbonate so it looks clear. Let's go polycarbonate. Now it's clear, that looks better. Okay, so we're going to go into an assembly. So we're going to start a new file. This is a part file. We've only dealt in parts. If we go to new, this is an assembly, and we've done drawings. But now we're going to see this almost last part. This is standard.iam. When you open this up, it looks very similar to the other one, except it's a little different. Now you can take parts and put them together. So what I'm going to do first is place, I'm going to find my bent scraper and click open. And I'm just going to click to place that. So I just clicked, and then I can press escape, and it goes away. Now we're going to add other parts in here, or actually create parts to build this. So we need to do first, we're going to start kind of gluing this together in the computer. Our first component that we put in, we always want to ground it. So we want to right click on it and ground it. And that makes it so it can't move when we put other stuff into it. All right, but now we're going to create our handle. So what I'm going to do is click create, and I'm going to call this handle demo. And I can control where it's going to save this. So if I want this to save onto my flash drive, I could click the folder and save my flash drive. But this is my area where I want it to save, so I'm just going to let that go and click OK. Now down here it says select sketch plane for base feature. So it's this weird step where you've got to choose the plane that you want to base your new part off of. So I just clicked on there. Now up at the top there's this new icon called return. What we've actually done is we're in IPT, like we're in an IPT file, but we're in assembly. So that's why this one's brighter and this one's darker. So now I can start a sketch and click on this face, and I can use the geometry of my previous shapes to build new shapes, so I don't have to do a bunch of new dimensioning. And that tool to do that is to project geometry. So I'm going to choose my project geometry tool and grab that whole tool. Okay, now to make our handles, you guys kind of get to choose how you want to make this look. This is too far, so we should probably end it somewhere down here. So like you take an arc and make sure you get a green dot on both sides. You can drag that up. That looks like a decent handle. So we'll just extrude this part. So then I'll do finish sketch, extrude, and I'm just going to extrude that inside part. I'm going to just write 0.125 on there because that's the thickness of stuff that we'll laser cut to make our handles. Okay, so now you guys can do a bunch of stuff on here. You could like make a pattern on it. You could write your name on it. I'm going to show you guys how I did the curve text. So I'm going to start a sketch on here, and I'm going to take my arc tool and just make a little arc like that. And then I'm going to take text, but I'm going to click on the arrow next to it, click geometry text. I'm going to click right in there. Then I'm going to type Devlin. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to choose center because I want it to be centered on that arc, and then I'm going to put in like 0.25 inches. And that didn't work, so you might have to mess around with this. That looks pretty good, but I still maybe just add a space. No. Again, I'm just being picky at this point. It's fine. And then now if we want to move this, we can just drag our center point, and that's where our text will be. If I do finish sketch, I can emboss this, and I'll just have it cut in. So I'll click like that. And then if I want to make it wood, I can go up here, or actually now I'll click return, and then I'll go back into our assembly mode, and I'll click wood, or I'll click on this, and now I can go to wood. I'll make this out of birch. And I've got a wood handle, I've got my polycarbonate scraper, but I've got this annoying work plane. So I see that's over here. I can right click on it and turn the visibility off. So now I've got one handle. I'm going to save this now. So I'm going to save this assembly demo. Say yes to all, click OK. Now, once I've done this, I should be able to go to place, and I should be able to get my handle and I can place another one in here. So now I have my second handle. And again, I've got that annoying work plane, so I'm going to expand this, right click, turn the visibility off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble these. So I'm going to stick them together. And the first thing that we do is constrain, and we're going to use a mate. It's the first one that comes up. It's just face to face. If you look at the picture, it's like one face to the other face. So I'm going to mate it like that. And I click apply. But now it went upside down. It's no big deal. We can flip it. I like to rotate with constraints. So now I'm going to choose I'm going to stay in mate, but I'm going to go here. I'm going to find the axis of that hole, so the center. Then I'm going to go to my other axis and click apply, and now it's moved there. And now I can do this hole and this hole. Okay, now my scraper is assembled, so I've got a wood handle on either side. Click cancel. Now I need these little brass pins. So how you find the brass pins is if you go onto Ivy Tech Canvas, go to the part 3 handles, there's a brasspin.ipt. You just download this, save it to a place that you know where to find it, or you can just pull it in here and then save it to your folder where you're keeping everything else. And you just go to place, find the brass pin, click open. We'll put 2 of them in. Again, these work planes. There's an easier way of getting rid of them, but we're just doing this for now. So now I'm going to choose insert, and this does the axis and the circle, so I'm going to click apply, and that did not work. So let's undo that. So constrain, insert, here and here. I'm going to flip it and click apply. Now it's in there, so it's set inside. And I can do the same thing with the other one. So I'm going to constrain, insert, choose here and here, flip it, click apply. Now I have our brass pins in there, so I'm going to get a nice view of my scraper where I can see everything. Grab my snip tool, highlight my whole ice scraper, sign it. Hopefully yours is legible. Save this as an image, and then that's what you will turn in on Canvas. Okay, have fun.